Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new and it's the first time you're clicking on one of my videos, welcome. My name is Heather, and today I'm going to be sharing with you the books that I picked up at the library. But first, I wanted to share with you one piece of book mail that I got. I found this book for $3.99 on eBay. You guys know that I love spending a lot less on books than regular price. So this book I saw over on the Dante's YouTube channel. This was shared by Rochelle, and this is called No Exit by Taylor Adams. And when she was reading the synopsis and kind of how this book is supposed to be, I thought, oh my gosh, why didn't I select this for book of the month? So funny enough, this actually is a book of the month book. So the fact that I got it for $3.99, I am so stoked. The back of it says 13 hours, 4 strangers, 1 missing child, no exit. She knows her odds and she'll fight anyway. So that just hit me in a soft spot for some reason right now, and I just I don't know, I had to read it. So I'm really glad that I got this, and it's in excellent condition. Let me know if you've read this book. I know she has, and Donna might have read it as well. I'm not sure. And I apologize, I ate Takis for lunch and I cannot get that off. So my tongue is stained. I've brushed it like 3 times. It will not come off. So I apologize for anything that is discolored right now. But I wanted to sit down and film this with you guys. So I'm really excited to read this. If you've read it, please let me know. All right, hear me out, guys. I was trying to find Michaela some books, and I stumbled onto, from the children's books onto middle grade. And I happened to see like a little section of Hardy Boys books. So this is one of the newer series of the Hardy Boys. I think it's written in 2008, but this is Murder House. And after I was just looking at the name of the title, I wasn't paying much attention to it otherwise, and it says that it's book 3. I was literally talking to Nina a few minutes ago, and I said, oh no, when I was showing her this, you know, that it's book 3. I'll probably still read it, but I would like to start reading more of these in between some books, you know, because they're just so lighthearted and fun, and you know, under 200 pages. This is even under 170. So I feel like I'm gonna start giving some of these a go and just kind of reliving my childhood. Right now our library is doing this really fun summer promotion, and it's called Oceans of Possibilities, and I even brought home one of the bookmarks. And what's great about this is they have different tables set throughout the library where it's all about the ocean. Anything that's to do with ocean and water, they've got it out right now. So it's all on display. It was so much fun to see that. So that leads me to the next 2 books that I have to share. One of them I was really stoked about because I am a huge Titanic fan. I love all things Titanic, and I love that I do share that with my friend Nina from Wrestling with Books and Wrestling with Disney. So when I saw this book, I had to grab it because I wanted to read it, and I also was like wanting to share that with her. So this is a James Patterson book shot, and it is Taking the Titanic. So apparently these people are coming to set up this heist on the Titanic where they are, you know, wanting to steal from the rich people on there. And so this is under 200 pages as well. And I didn't really know what book shots are. I guess they're just kind of sort of a little over a novella or whatever, but they do show in the back that they have several different kind, even an Alex Cross book shot. So that is really cool. Yes, this is 146 pages. So 2 pretty short books, I feel like, that I can get read fairly easily. And the next one I'm most excited about. Now, I have watched every single movie in this franchise, but I've never picked up the book, and so I felt like it was calling my name. It was something I really wanted to read, and that is Jaws. So it's by Peter Benchley with a new introduction by the author. So I'm really excited to read this, the legendary novel and terror and suspense. Now, I don't think this is going to ruin it for me. Most of the time I won't read a book after I've watched the movie, but I feel like this is going to just be good. So I feel like I'm not expecting any specific plots to be different. I'm really excited because it has been several years since I've watched any of the Jaws movies. So this will be kind of comforting, like a walk down memory lane, but also to see where it all came from. So I'm really excited to dive into this. And I think this is about 307 pages, if I'm not mistaken, 311 pages. So this will be really fun to dive into. It doesn't even look like it's got that many pages, but the font is pretty small. compared to a lot of books that I have been reading lately. So anyway, I'm excited to finally read this. I've wanted to for years, and it just felt like the perfect time as we are now officially in summer. Now, this was an impulse pickup because I absolutely love the Christian author Terry Blackstock, and I have read a trilogy of hers. You've probably heard me speak about that way too much, but I love that trilogy and I would actually reread it again. I went over to the large print section and I found this book of hers called Truth Stained Lies, and it is a Moonlighters series. I don't know much about it. I was just trying to quickly read the back of these books to see if I liked one of them over the other, and this is the one I came out with. I think they had 3 more. One of them I did pay attention to was book 2. It was really bold. It wasn't trying to hide and deceive me, so it did say book 2 at the top, and I thought, I'm gonna leave that one because book 1 wasn't there. So the main character in this, her name is Kathy, and she's a former lawyer and investigative blogger who writes a commentary on local homicides when she finds a threatening note warning her that she's about to experience the same kind of judgment that she dishes out on her blog. Kathy writes it off as mischief until her brother is caught in the middle of the investigation of murder of his ex-wife. As her brother is tried and convicted in the media, Kathy wonders if she should have taken the threat more seriously. Kathy and her 2 sisters, Holly and Juliet, moonlight as part-time private investigators working to solve their brother's ex-wife's murder. So this sounded really interesting to me, almost kind of like a cat and mouse, and I don't have to wear my glasses when I read this because it is large print and it's not going to mess up my vision with my contacts. I hate the reading glasses that I have, that I wear when I'm wearing my contacts, so the fact that I can read this perfectly fine made me really happy. It put a lot of pressure on myself to finish these books within a certain amount of time, but if I need to recheck any of them out, I'll just do that at another time or ask for extension online. The last 2 books that I have here are the ones I am most excited about, and the first one here is called Such a Quiet Place by Megan Miranda, and I saw that this was wildly popular, and it did have a little bit of mixed reviews, but when I read the back of it, I knew that I have to see where the story goes. So when I saw this on the cart, they were getting ready to take all of the books back and put them on the shelf. I said, can I please have that book? I'll save you the trouble. Just let me have it. So I grabbed it, and this will be the second book that I'm reading. And I've kind of got in my mindset of the ones I'm reading first. The inside says, we had no warning that she'd come back. Hollow's Edge used to be a quiet place, a private and idyllic neighborhood where neighbors dropped in on neighbors, celebrated graduations and holidays together, and looked out for one another. But then came the murders of Brandon and Fiona Truitt. A year and a half later, the town is simmering. The residents are trapped, unable to sell their homes, confronted by the daily empty Truitt house, and suffocated by their trial testimonies that implicated one of their own, Ruby Fletcher, and now Ruby is back. With her convictions overturned, Ruby waltzes right into Hollow's Edge and into the home she once shared with her friend Harper Nash. Harper, 5 years older, has always treated Ruby like a wayward younger sister, but now Harper's terrified. What possible good could come from Ruby's return to the scene of the crime, and how can she possibly turn her away when she knows Ruby has nowhere to go? Within days, suspicion spreads like a virus across the town. It's increasingly clear that not everyone told the truth about the night of the Truitt murders, and when Harper begins receiving threatening notes, she realizes she has to uncover the truth before someone else becomes the killer's next victim, pulsating with suspense and shocking twists. It's said to be her best novel yet, so I am really excited about that. I would love to know your thoughts on it if you've read it. I do like a psychological thriller, and I feel like this is going to lead me right down that path. So on to my most anticipated book of the year, and this probably is no surprise, but it is The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager, and I actually started reading this today, and so far so good. This just released 3 days ago at the time I'm filming this, so I'm super excited to get started with it. I was actually the first one to request it at my library, so I'm the first one holding in my hands a brand new book with the perfect little cover, and this one I feel like is going to outshine his last one and probably be right up there in my heart with Lock Every Door. It says on the inside Be careful what you wish for. Casey Fletcher, a recently widowed actress trying to escape a streak of bad press, has retreated to peace and quiet of her family's lake house in Vermont. Armed with a pair of binoculars and several bottles of bourbon, she passes the time watching Tom and Catherine Royce, the glamorous couple living in the house across the lake. They make for good viewing. A tech innovator, Tom is powerful, and a former model, Catherine is gorgeous. One day on the lake, Casey saves Catherine from drowning, and the two strike up a budding friendship. But the more they get to know each other, and the longer Casey watches, the more it becomes clear that Catherine and Tom's marriage isn't as perfect as it appears. When Catherine suddenly vanishes, Casey immediately suspects Tom of foul play. What she doesn't realize is that there's more to the story than meets the eye, and the shocking secrets that can lurk beneath the most placid of surfaces. Packed with sharp characters, psychological suspense, and gasp-worthy plot twists, Riley Sager's The House Across the Lake is the ultimate escapist read. No lake house required. So I have such high hopes for this, and if you are a Riley Sager fan, I am excited to know if you have picked this up for your very own. I feel like this is a comeback story. I didn't enjoy the last one, like I said, Survive the Night, but I've got such high hopes for this one. So that is it. That is for my library haul today. I hope that you enjoyed it. Let me know if you are reading any specific tropes for this summer, or is there a specific trope that you like for the summer? I do like reading books that are surrounded by bodies of water or summer camp books in the summer, so I do have a couple of those here that I will be enjoying, and I would love to know what you're reading below. So thank you so much. I can't wait to have the conversation with you, and I hope you guys have a blessed day. I'll talk to you next time. Bye.